Last lecture, we are dealing with the numerical. Okay. We have also seen the concept, moment, and all these things. Couple, moment, equilibrium. So now today we will move forward and we will take next example on this. So I will write the numerical. Four forces, four forces, and four forces and clockwise and clockwise moment acting on a lever as shown in figure as shown in figure. Full stop. Determine the value determine the value of moment m determine the value of moment m, comma, if the resultant if the resultant force if the resultant force is passes through the point B, okay, full stop. Hence find the resultant force. Hence find the resultant force. So this is the given numerical. So I will read it. Four forces and a clockwise moment acting on a lever as shown in figure. I will draw the figure. Determine the value of moment m. So we need to calculate what is the value of moment m if the resultant of the force is passing through point B. Now this line is very important. What they told us, the resultant force is passes through point B. So the resultant is passing through point B. So if you take the moment of all the forces and moment of resultant above point B, then you can equate it to 0 because the perpendicular distance of the resultant from point B becomes 0, okay, as it is passing through point B. Hence find the resultant force. So we need to find out the resultant force. So diagram, we will draw the diagram. Line diagram I will draw. So this type of lever it is given. Okay. Now on this, forces are acting. From top it is 100 Newton. This force. Then here is one more force is acting, 50 Newton. Then here 80 Newton. Okay. So is any other force? No. These many forces are there. Now I will give the name. This is 100 Newton force. This is 100 Newton, and this angle, I will write the angle. This angle is 20 degree. So this angle subtended by this force is 20 degree. This angle is 20 degree. Then next is this force which is inclined at an angle of this angle. It is given as slope of this is given. So in the different format it is given. It is given like this. And this dimension, this is given as 1 unit and this is 2 unit. 1 and 2. So we need to find out the angle. What will be the angle of this force? Then here the magnitude of this force is 80 Newton. Then this force magnitude is 50 Newton. Then they have given the distances also. So this distance is 3 meter. Then at this point here, a moment is acting M. Moment M is acting in this way, and the distances are from here to here. It is 2 meter, and further up to this point, it is 5 meter. So this is 2 meter, and this is 5 meter. This vertical distance is also given. This vertical distance, it is 4 meter. 4 meter. Now the names of the points are, this is called as point A, this is your point B, this is the point C, this is point D, and last one is point E. So this type of diagram is given to you, and now you need to solve this numeric. Okay. So first we will find out the resultant. What is the resultant force? We will calculate summation Fy, we will calculate summation Fx. We know the formula. From that we can calculate the resultant and alpha also, R and alpha. So first of all we will calculate that, and later on we will see what to do with this M. So now here you can see this force angle we need to calculate, this angle. So I will enlarge this force so that you will understand. I will draw it here. This is your force, and this force is of, what is the magnitude? It is 80 Newton. Now if I draw here the horizontal line, this is the horizontal, but they have not given us the angle. What they have told us? They told us that this is one unit. This is one of the method of giving the slope. This is 2 unit. It may be 1 centimeter, 1 mm, 1 kilometer, whatever it may be. It is 1 by 2. 1 by 2. But both are having same unit. If one is having a unit of 1 mm, then 2 is having unit of 2 mm. Okay. So this angle, you can see that we need to find out this angle. Suppose this angle is theta. So if this angle is theta, then you can see that here is the formation of Z. These two, this line and this line is the parallel line, and this will become their transverse. So these two angles become alternate angle. We have already studied alternate angle, then opposite angles, corresponding angles. These are equal angles. So if this angle is theta, then here this angle is also theta. This will also become theta. Is it right? Have you got this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you know 1 by 2. Here in this triangle, if you look carefully, this is horizontal line, this is vertical line. So this, the angle between horizontal line and vertical line is always 90 degrees. So this will become right angle triangle. This will become right angle triangle. And now I can find out the angle here. So if I take tan of theta, so theta is this angle. Now look into this triangle. Look into the triangle. Theta is, where is the angle theta? So opposite side is 1 divided by adjacent side is 2. So tan theta is equal to 1 by 2. So therefore theta is equal to, find out the value, do tan inverse 0.5. Tan inverse 1 by 2. What is the answer? Can you repeat it again?
26.56.
26.56.
26.56. 56 or 50? 26.56 or 50? किती मिळालं?
56.
56. Okay. So theta is 26.56. So this angle, now we know the value of this angle. This angle is 26.56 degree. Okay. So now go by our normal procedure. What we will do, we will resolve the forces and then we will consider their components for the further calculation. We will calculate summation fx, summation fy and r. Very simple. So now here I will resolve the force. Now see, this is the 100 Newton force. This is the 100 Newton force which is at an angle of 20 degree. So we will draw one line parallel to x, one line parallel to y. Okay, but we have to draw these two lines in such a way that our main force should come in between those two components. त्या दोघांच्या मध्ये यायला पाहिजे main force. So in this way, so what I will do, now I will draw the line. See, this is my first component. If I resolve this, and this is the second component. Okay, arrow बघा, जसे arrow ह्याचे असणार आहेत काय म्हणतात तुमच्या मेन फोर्सचे, तसेच arrow componentचे पण यायला पाहिजे. Okay. Now this angle is 20 degree. Angle is with x component. So now which is cos and which is sin? Which component is cos? Cos 20 मी कुणाला यायला पाहिजे? X component ला का y ला? X component. Okay, so here is the 20 degree angle which is with x component. So this will become 100 cos 20 and this is 100 sin 20. Okay, 100 cos 20 and 100 sin 20. Now here also, if you see, this is the force of 80 Newton. Again we need to resolve this force. So draw one line parallel to y-axis, draw one line parallel to x-axis. Okay. So rule number 33, mute करत जावा, answer दिल्यावरती mute करत जावा. So now here this 80 Newton force बघा, चेक करायचं 80 Newton हा दोघांच्या मध्ये आलेला आहे. It is in between the components, so it is okay. So now this will become 80. Cos का sin?
Cos.
Cos. So this will become 80 cos 26.56 because this angle 26.56 is nearer to the x component. Then this will become 80 sin 26.56. So any other force 50 Newton ला कसं रिझॉल्व करायचं?
No.
No, we are not going to resolve the force of 50 Newton. Okay. So moving further now, summation. We will calculate now summation fx. So summation fx is equal to, what are our sign conventions? If the force is moving in leftward direction, it is negative. If the force is moving in rightward direction, it is positive. These are our sign conventions. This is negative and this is positive. So summation fx is equal to काय काय येणार summation fx मध्ये? See all the horizontal components. So this force will be there. 100 cos 20. Okay. 100 cos 20. It is minus. This 100 cos 20 will be minus, and then this 80 cos 26.56, it is plus, it is moving to, no, so 100 cos 20 is not minus, it is plus, no,
It is plus, huh?
it is moving towards right. Okay, 100 cos 30 कुठं चाललाय, राईट साइडला चाललेला आहे, इट इज राईट वर्ड, सो इट इज प्लस. 80 cos 26.56 पण राईटला चाललेला आहे, सो इट इज ऑल्सो प्लस. सो ओनली टू फोर्सेस आर देअर. वी वोंट कन्सिडर दीज फोर्सेस नाव. हे आपण आता कन्सिडर करत नाही. वन्स वी रिझॉल्व दिस, we won't consider the main force for the calculation. Once we resolve the force, we only consider the components in the calculation, we don't consider that main force. So now here I will write, it is 100 cos 20, 100 cos 20 plus 80 cos 26.56. So solve it and let me know the answer. Don't forget to insert the brackets. Bracket taka calculation la. So this should be in one bracket. This is also in one bracket. Now you solve it so that you will get the correct answer.
One 165.52.
165
65.52
plus आला का minus आला answer?
Plus.
plus
Plus. So plus means what? Its direction is towards right. Okay. fx आलाय ना प्लस मध्ये. fx कसं असते नेहमी हॉरिझॉन्टलच असते. मग प्लस आलंय हॉरिझॉन्टल आहे म्हणजे राईटला असणार fx. Okay, so this is the value of fx. Now calculate summation fy. For summation fy, what are our sign conventions? If it is upward, then plus. If it is downward, then minus. These are our sign conventions. So for upward plus, for downward minus, which is equal to, hey me to this thing I have shown over here, it is for your understanding. In exam there is no need to write like that, only you can write summation fx, only summation fy. This is for your understanding so that you will not get confused. So now summation fy, here you can see in the summation fy, this force is there which is downward, minus 100 sine 20. Then 50 Newton force, it is also downward, minus 50. Okay, then this 80 sine 26.56, it is moving upward. Okay, and I have forgot to draw one more force. Here is one more force of 40. Here is the one more force of 40 Newton. It is given. I have forgot to tell you. So this force is 40 Newton. So this is also vertically upward force. So this also we are going to consider over here, 40 Newton force. Okay. So now write the terms. Here it is. First minus minus 100 sine 20 minus 50 plus 80 sine 26.56 plus 40. Please check the forces also whether I have taken correctly or not.
minus 8.43.
It is minus 8.43. Minus 8.43 Newton. So as we get the minus sign means what? Fy is moving upward or downward?
Downward.
It is moving downward. So I will show the arrow over here, down arrow. These arrows are important. It is required when we finalize the direction of the resultant. At that time, this is required. Now R. So resultant R is equal to under root summation fx square plus summation fy square. So put the values. Under root 165.52 square plus minus 8.43 square. Therefore, R is equal to 100 and
165.73.
okay. So R is equal to 165.73 Newton. This is the value of R. This is what is the value of R we got. Now calculate alpha. Direction. Now this is magnitude. Calculate direction. So alpha is equal to tan of alpha is equal to in mod summation fy upon summation fx. So in mod we always take all values are positive values, which is equal to in mod it is 8.43 divided by 165.52, which is equal to, what is the answer of this? Or directly calculate the value of alpha, then do the tan inverse and then calculate the value of alpha. So I will directly write alpha, therefore alpha is equal to, let me know the answer of alpha.
Zero.
What is alpha? किती येते alpha?
2.91.
2.90. Okay, so 2.91 degree. This is the value of alpha. Okay, this is the value of alpha. So now we got the resultant and its direction. Now what they have asked in the numerical, see, this we have already find out now. So this part is over. Okay, find out the resultant force. It is okay. Now we need to calculate this. ह्याला बघा आता. Determine the value of moment m. Now this is still we have not find out the value of m. So now we are going to find out the value of m. But for this, they have told us that if the resultant force is passing through point B, now this is point B. So if you take the moment of all the forces means what? 1, 2, these two, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you take the moment of all these 6 forces about point B, then it is equal and plus this moment m about point B, which is equal to the moment of the resultant. Right now we have found out the resultant. The moment of the resultant about the same point. Okay. So we have studied the formula. Summation m is equal to what? R into d. It is the Varignon's theorem. So by using that now we will calculate. But the resultant is passing through point B. So that R into D will become 0 because the perpendicular distance of resultant will become 0. So that we will put over here. So I will write so as resultant is passing as resultant is passing through point B through point B, then the moment of the moment of resultant about point B is 0. About point B is 0. So mathematically, if I can write summation m, that is the sum of the moment about point B is equal to what? R into D. This is according to Variations theorem. Okay. Therefore, I can write here summation m about B is equal to what? 0. How it is 0? As perpendicular distance D is 0 from point B. As I have already told you yesterday, if a force is passing through a point, then the moment of that force about that point is 0 because its perpendicular distance is 0. So we have got this equation now. Summation mb is equal to 0. So sum of the moment of all the forces at point B is equal to 0. So now we will find out this LHS. We will calculate what is the actual sum of the moment of all the forces. So that now we will start to calculate. We will go to the diagram. So here is our point B. This is our point B. Now I will start with this force. 100 cos 20. This is the horizontal force. 100 cos 20 is the horizontal force. So horizontal force distance कसा असतं नेहमी vertical असतं. Horizontal force distance नेहमी vertical असतं. ते distance लिहायचं राहिलं का माझ्याकडून? It is 3 meter. This distance is 3 meter. It is given. This is 3 meter. So this 100 cos 20, the distance from point B is this distance. So it is 100 cos 20 into 3. This is the moment. Now it is plus or minus. Now we are calculating the moment. Moment is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. So my force is, now I will consider these two components. I will not consider this 100. So 100 cos 20. What is the distance of 100 cos 20 from point B? Because we are taking the moment at point B. So from point B, it is at a distance of 3 meter. So its moment will be, what is the moment? Its moment will be 100 cos 20 into 3. It is positive or negative? लवकर सांगा पटकन. Is it
Positive.
positive? Okay. How it is positive? It is moving towards right. थोडा याला पुढे खेचा आणि रोटेट करा B कडे. पुढे ओढा आणि रोटेट करा. पुढे ओढा रोटेट करा. So it is in clockwise direction. It is in clockwise direction. So this is plus. Next is this 100 sin 20. What is the moment of this 100 sin 20 from point B? What is the moment?
0.
0. Why it is 0?
It is passing through point B.
Okay. You
Force
have
is passing
studied
through point.
law of transmissibility of force. Accordingly, you can extend the line of action of this force. Now here, if I extend the line of action of this, if I extend the line of action of this force, it will passing through point B. Okay, it is passing through point B. Means what? That force is always lying on the line of action. So its line of action is passing through point B. So its perpendicular distance will become 0. So the moment of 100 sin 20 will be 0. Okay, 100 sin 20 चा झाला विषय. Now next is 50 Newton force. So what is the moment of this 50 Newton force? What is the moment of this 50 Newton force?
0.
0. Because if you extend the line of action, or you can see it is acting on point B. So this force of 50 Newton is passing through point B, and we are taking the moment at point B. That is why its moment is 0 at point B. Okay. 50 Newton चं झालं. So this moment is also 0. Now this is M. Now this is not a force. Please remember this. We have not considered this is in summation fx. We have not considered this in summation fy. Why? Because in summation fx and in summation fy, F stands for force, X stands for axis. Then F stands for force in summation fy and Y stands for y axis. Okay, so F stands for force, but this is not a force. This whatever is given, this is not a force. This is the moment. Direct moment is given to you. So moment घेताना कधीही तुम्हाला डायरेक्ट मोमेंट दिलेली इथं m किलो न्यूटन मीटर मध्ये. So now we have to see that while taking, so it can be used in the equation of summation m only. Summation m म्हणजे काय? Sum of the moments. Now we are using this equation summation m. Summation m means sum of the moment, and this given is the moment. So that is why we are going to consider that in summation m. So now this moment is clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So what we will do? So this is the clockwise moment m. We are going to take the moment at point B, so it will be m into 2. Correct?
Yes.
M into 2 is correct?
Yes, sir.
It is wrong. See, moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance. I will write here. Okay. So, but this is not a force. तुम्ही distance ला कशाला multiply करता? जर force दिला असेल तर distance ने multiply करता. हा काय force आहे का तुम्हाला दिलेला? This is not a force. This is directly movement दिलेली आहे तुम्हाला. म्हणजे force into distance करून जी काय व्हॅल्यू आहे ती movementची ती डायरेक्ट दिलेली आहे तुम्हाला तिथं. Okay. It is not a force. Please remember this. We always multiply by a perpendicular distance to the force only. We don't multiply to the moment. Okay. So we don't multiply to the moment. So the important point is when the moment is directly acting on a body, then while doing the calculations, don't multiply the moment again by the distance. Okay. समजलं? So this is not a force, this is the moment. Actually already हीच quantity तुम्हाला direct दिलेली इथं. So why again you are multiplying by the distance? Only you should multiply to the force by the distance. Don't multiply to the moments. Moments you should see that whether it is clockwise or whether it is anti-clockwise, and depending upon that you should take it as a plus or minus. That's it. So here now this is m which is clockwise, so I will write in the equation. कशाचीच मोमेंट आलं नाही का? पहिलेच्या 100 cos 20 into 3 लिहिलं कुठे मी? हा 100 cos 20 into 3 clockwise होते, so plus then plus m as it is, plus m because it is already a moment, so don't multiply by the distance. The next force is this 80 sin 26.56. What is the distance of 80 sin 26.56 from point B? We are taking the moment at this point. This is my force. So what is the distance?
7 meter.
What is the distance? B point किती अंतरावरती आहे D पासून? D
7 meter.
7 meters. So it is 80 sin 26.56 into 7. So this is 80 sin 26.56 into 7. This is force, so that is why we are multiplying it by the distance. So now, is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, this force is moving upward. So if you move it up and if you rotate about point B, this is the direction. If you rotate about point B, this is the direction. So it is anti-clockwise. So therefore it is negative. So I will give the negative sign to it. This is negative. Okay. Next force is this 80 cos 26.56. What is the moment of 80 cos 26.56?
Zero.
0. Why it is 0? Because it is acting over here, but if you extend its line of action, it will pass from point B. So its perpendicular distance will become 0. That is why its moment is 0. So this force, it will become 0. Now this 40 Newton which is moving upward. किती येणार moment about point B?
40 into 7.
Correct. So 40 is the force which is moving along this line, and the distance is this total distance, it is 7. So it will be 40 into 7. It is anti-clockwise, correct? बघा check करा. So this is moving upward now. So take it upward, and rotate about the point. Take it upward and rotate about the point. वर घ्या आणि rotate करा. So it is anti-clockwise. So all these things we must equate it to 0 because the resultant is passing from point D. So R into D, sorry, resultant is passing from point B. So it is R into D. So that D will become 0 as we are taking the moment at point B. So now if you solve this equation, you will get the value of M. Fast. What is the answer?
and 48.48.
Okay, so it is 248.48 unit. कशात आहे न्यूटन मध्ये फोर्स आहे मीटर मध्ये डिस्टन्सेस आहेत ओके इट इज न्यूटन मीटर so it is Newton meter. So this is the unit. So here your problem ends. You have found out the value of M also. Okay. लिहून झालं असलं की सांगा. So we will take the next problem. And काय if you are having any difficulty in this numerical, you can ask now. If anybody is having any difficulty in this numerical, you can ask, or otherwise we will take the next numerical. Okay. So we will take the next one. Find the resultant of the force system about point about point A, as shown in figure, acting on a lamina of equilateral triangular shape. Okay. Now I will draw the diagram. This is the triangle. Now some forces are given. Here it is the force of 80 Newton. Then here it is 100 Newton. And here it is 120 Newton. So I will write the angles. One more force is there. Here also in this direction also. So I will write the dimension. First is 80 Newton. This is 80 Newton. This is also 80 Newton. This is 120 Newton. 100 Newton. So now this angle, it is 30 degree. Now we need to solve this problem. And the angle of this force is also given. It is 60 degree. This is the equilibrium equilateral triangle. So the side, this side is 100. This is 100 m. Now this is the given problem. Try to solve it by yourself and let me know the summation of fx and fy. काय व्हॅल्यू येते सांगा. Continue. Okay, so first thing is we will resolve our forces. So for the resolution now, this 100 Newton force. So one component is parallel to y, another is parallel to x. These are the two components. So here this is what, 100 cos or sine?
Cos.
This is 100 cos 60. This is 100 sine 60.
Sin 60.
Now again, if I resolve the force which is given over here, one component is parallel to y and another component is parallel to x. the next component. So now again if you resolve this 120 Newton. So how much? This is 120
Sine.
sin 30 and this is 120 cos 30.
Cos 30.
These are the resolved forces. Now consider the resolved forces for the further calculation. Don't consider the main forces. So resolved components we are going to consider for the further calculation. So here only uh, summation fx is equal to summation fx is equal to. So see all the horizontal forces. First is 10 cos 60. So if you see this force 10 cos 60, 10 cos 60 it is moving towards left. So it is minus 10 cos 60. Then horizontal force is this 80, it is moving towards right, that is by plus 80. Then after that, this is 12 cos 30, it is moving towards left. So it is also minus. Okay, so write this equation, let me know the value of fx.
$73.92.
Just a second, minus 120 cos 30 plus 80. What is the answer? 73.90. Okay,
92 minus. In minus.
minus. We have got
Yes.
the minus answer. Okay,
Yes.
so minus. Okay, so this is summation fx. Now calculate summation fy similarly. In summation fy, consider all vertical forces 10 sin 60 moving up positive, 80 moving up positive, and 120 sin 30 is negative. Minus 120 sin 30 plus 80. What is the answer? You are taking too much time. Quickly solve it, just three terms are there. It is minus 53.39. Please check the answer.
Yes, right, sir.
बरोबर आहे का?
Sir.
ओके.
तर इथं -18 येते ना.
मायनस
18. 80 इथं. प्लस 80 च्या जागी.
minus 80 येते का? Okay. So here 80 is moving downward or upward? It is moving downward. Correct. 80 is minus. Good. Minus. So now calculate R resultant. R is equal to under root summation fx square plus summation fy square. Now which sign you take the value and let me know the answer. Now I am not going to write that the values putting. You put the values. Values are here only. Let me know the value of R. सांगा लवकर आन्सर. यू आर टेकिंग टू मच टाइम. हा
91.8.
91.18.
91.18. Till 91.18. Okay. Now calculate alpha. Alpha is equal to tan inverse in mod summation fy upon summation fx. So calculate now. Tan inverse 53.39 divided by 73.92.
50.55.
50.
50.55.
परत एकदा चेक करा बरं. Check the answers.
0.0.
35.83.
35.
83.
That is the correct answer. 35.83. कुठं चुकायला लागले? व्हॅल्यू तर त्याच आहेत की. I also got the same answer. 35.83 is the correct answer. Where you have made the mistake? बाकीच्यांनी जे जे चुकले त्यांनी काय केलंय?
सर ते हे झालं चुकून 73च्या जागी माझं 43 टाईप झालं.
हा बघा म्हणजे असं असतंय. 4 आणि 7 वर खालीच आहेत ना पटना. असं होतंय. त्याच्यामुळं कॅल्क्युलेटरची सवय पाहिजे. Do the practice. So now 35.83 is the answer. So here if you read the problem, find the resultant of the force system about point A as shown in figure acting on a lamina of equilateral triangle. Find out the resultant of the force system. आपण काढलेला आहे resultant. Okay. About point A. About point A means from point A we need to calculate the distance of the resultant. Okay. So from point A we need to calculate the distance of the resultant. So if you see the diagram, here is your point A. Now we know the magnitude and direction of the resultant. Now we want to calculate the distance of the resultant from point A. So we will use the Variations theorem. What Variations says that summation m about point A is equal to what? R into D. R into D. So summation m at point A means algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about point A must be equal to the R into D म्हणजे काय? The moment of resultant about the same point. That is our Variations theorem principle. So that I have written over here. Summation A moment sum of all the moments at A is equal to R into D. Okay. Now calculate summation A. So moment of all forces about A we need to calculate. So we will start from this force 80 sine 60. What is the moment? This is 0. 100 cos 60. This will be also 0. It is passing through point. Okay. Then next is the 80. So if this is also 120 cos 30. If you extend 120 cos 30, it will pass through point A. So its moment is also 0. So now remaining 80. So if I take the moment about point A, I should know the distance first. So to calculate the distance, I will draw the perpendicular. Okay, I will drop the perpendicular. Now this is the equilateral triangle. So each angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. Here it is. This angle is also 60 degree because it is the equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle has all interior angles equal or sides equal. In problem they have mentioned that it is equilateral triangle. Okay. So now equilateral triangle is always having the property that if you drop perpendicular, this angle is 90, so this will become 30. This is also 30. So it is divided into two parts. But we know that this total length, it is the side of the rectangle, and it is given as 100. वर मी लिहिलंय बघा red ink ने 100. So if you drop the perpendicular, it will divide this base into two categories. Okay. So here this 100, it is 100, it is divided into 2, so it will be 50. So from point A, the distance of 80 Newton force is 50. So it will be 80 into 50. Then this horizontal 80 Newton force, this is horizontal 80 Newton force. So this distance we need to find out. So if you consider this triangle, this angle is 90 degree, this is 100 mm. This angle, it is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. This is 90. So similarly now for this 80 Newton force, we need to find out this. So this half of the length is 50. This half, this is 50. Now consider this triangle. This is 90 degree. We want to find out this side. So I can use tan theta. Okay, let it be this side is x. This side is x. So if I use that here, then it is tan of 60 is equal to opposite side x divided by adjacent side 50. Therefore, x is equal to 50 tan 60. So this x is 86.60 meters. This is the value of x. 86.6. Okay, so the distance of this 80 Newton force, this 80 Newton force distance from point A point पासून हे असणार ना vertical distance, हे distance असणार आहे. हे म्हणजेच हे distance झालं. This is 86.60. 80 into 80 into 86.60. Now it is plus or minus, so it is moving in clockwise direction, so this is plus. So this is plus. Next one is this force 120 cos 30, it is moving through this point, so its moment will be 0. And this is 120 sin 30. So 120 sin 30 force, you can see this force which is at a distance of this much from A. So what is this distance? This total distance is 100 mm. This total distance is 100 mm. So it is and it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, it is moving in clockwise direction. Rotate the killer, so you will get the clockwise direction. So it is 120 into the distance is 100. Okay. Solve it now. Is equal to R into D. R किती काढलं होतं आपण 91.18 into D is as it is. From this you will get the value of D. D is what? It is the shortest distance of resultant. D is the shortest distance of resultant. Okay, so from this you will get the value of D. Okay, so in the next lecture we will take more problems. Just 1 minute, I will take the attendance. Okay. So give the attendance. Roll number 1,
Present.
2,
Present, sir.
3. 3 is absent. Roll number 3. 3 is present. Okay. 4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6, 7,
Present, sir.
roll number 6 is absent. 7 is present. 8,
Present, sir.
9,
Present, sir.
10,
Present, sir.
11,
Present, sir.
12,
Present, sir.
13,
Present, sir.
14, 14 is absent. 15, 16,
Present.
17,
Present, sir.
18,
Present, sir.
19,
Present, sir.
20,
Present, sir.
21,
Present, sir.
22,
Present, sir.
23,
Present, sir.
24,
Present, sir.
25,
Present.
26,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28,
Present.
29,
Present, sir.
30,
Present, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35,
Present, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41,
Present, sir.
42, roll number 42,
Present, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45, 45, 46,
Present, sir.
47,
Present, sir.
48,
Present, sir.
49,
Present, sir.
50,
Present, sir.
51,
Present, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
53,
Present, sir.
54,
Present, sir.
55,
Present, sir.
56,
Present, sir.
57, 57, 58,
Present, sir.
59,
Present, sir.
60, roll number 60, 60, 61,
Present.
okay.
60 present, sir.
Huh?
Sir, 06 present, sir.
60 present.
6 is present, okay. So
60
the
present.
60 is also present, okay. So I will call the absent roll numbers as you can see on the screen. Roll number 14, 15, 45, 57. These are the absent roll numbers. ह्यांच्यातलं कोण आता आहे का? 57, he has given me the message that he is having some network problem. Okay. So these are the absent numbers. So today we will stop over here. We will meet in the next lecture.